Oh, I have a voice. Woo! Oh, there we go. Woo! And another beer saver for Connor Hurley. Woo! But I do want to sing a song that sounds so much better after a Sabres win. I'll start it off. Ole, 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 ole. Oh my God! After one of the craziest starts in maybe Game 7 or Game 6 history, what? Dude, I mean, Alex Lyon's our boy. He always will be. Obviously, tonight just wasn't his night. They said on the broadcast. I do, however, take offense to the amount of fucking times they panned the camera to him,
Hated
like
it.
looking like, come on, man. He
Hated
deserves better than that. But hey, dude, UPL stepped in, got the job done. I thought they shut things down defensively right after that. But before we get into that, just want to shout out to Fetty Beer Company, Western New York's premier market and tap room with over 300 beers to choose from at 7 different Western New York locations. If you need a beer, get on over to Fatty Beer. Let them know that we sent you over here. Two goalies. So I'm like, for all you people at the Sabres watch party tonight at the Key Bank Barn, I hope you guys are all having a cold one at Fatty Beer. Watching this on your phones. Maybe they'll put it on the TV and you ask. I don't know how that all works, but make sure you get on over to Fatty Beer. Let them know again that we sent you. And of course, Extreme Discount Mattress with Western New York's finest selection of mattresses and adjustable beds, featuring the cool gel memory foam, two-sided mattresses, tele latex, organic mattresses, Chad & Wells, and of course Scott Living, all for 1/3 to half supposed sale prices anywhere. So stop in other 7 locations across Western New York or check out their website, extrememattress.com. There's Extreme with an X. If you're looking for more savings, check out the new club center at 1625 Walden Avenue in Cheektowaga, up to 80% off their already low prices. You can see our fortune on one-of-a-kind closeouts and floor samples. Get a quality mattress for literally pennies on the dollar. Extreme Discount Mattress. We sell mattresses for less, a lot less. And of course, remember, if you mention you're a fan of Two Goalies with Mike, they will give you a free mattress protector with the purchase of any mattress. So make sure you mentioned that you're a fan of the podcast. I was actually there today, Hurls, trying to find something to do, in between, being anxious and waiting for the game. Bought myself a brand new mattress from Extreme Discount Mattress today. Dropped the hefty amount of money because I got a higher end mattress, but I still got a screaming good deal. I bought mattresses from other places in the past, and I can tell you right now, those other places cannot compete with Extreme Discount Mattresses prices. So I'm going to sleep good tonight, knowing that the Buffalo Sabres are heading to the best 2 words in all of sports, Game 7. Hurls, take over from here.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I was trying to find a tweet from earlier from this. I think he just puts out bait to piss off Sabres fans. Earlier in the series, he compared every single Canadiens defenseman. It's called Habs Burner on Twitter. He compared every single Canadiens defenseman to every single Sabres defenseman. And then earlier today, this is bait, but he says hockey fans really need to stop overusing the term franchise defenseman.
I saw this.
There are only 4 franchise talents in the NHL: Cal McCarr, Quinn Hughes, Lane Hudson, and Matthew Schaefer. So I just did a quick Google search. How many points did Rasmus Dahlin have in Game 6 versus the Canadiens? The AI result, quick result based upon what happened this evening in Game 6. Rasmus Dahlin recorded 5 points, 1 goal, and 4 assists in Game 6 of the 2026 Eastern Conference Playoffs against the Montreal Canadiens. His massive offensive performance led the Buffalo Sabres to an 8-3 victory, successfully forcing a Game 7. So I know it's bait. I know these accounts just do it to piss people off. But
they want your engagement. They want the clicks.
It's that's fine. Whatever. You can have it. You got me. But I think it's pretty satisfying to see a performance from the Sabres' best players tonight, like we saw. After Game 5, it was pretty disappointing the way that Tage Thompson, Alex Tuch, and Rasmus Dahlin played. But the captain scores the early goal, what we thought was the all-important early goal. It turns out that doesn't matter in this series. Has a goal and 4 assists. Tage Thompson has a goal and 2 assists. A goal and 3 assists, I'm sorry. He had 6 shots on goal. Despite not getting on the score sheet, I thought Alex Tuch had a much better game tonight. He was a -1, but he had 4 shots on goal, and he had a lot of really good opportunities. He was throwing the body around. He was asserting his will. The Sabres' 3 best players all season long played like it tonight, and it's the reason they won 8-3.
Yeah, hey, listen, and all marks their Darlene, especially that first goal, which was incredible, by the way. And like I said before, how well they were able to just like batten down the hatches, shut down defensively. I think they gave up after Lyon left the net, like 15, 16 shots on goal. Maybe it's like 17, something like that. Well, yeah, the Sabres just shut them down in every facet of the game and just literally just ran them out of the Bell Center. It was an incredible game to watch. The game was on drugs. I don't know, whatever drug you want. That's what it was on tonight, because when they panned to some of these Montreal fans in the crowd, oh my God, how, especially for us, the guys who've been dealing with these guys in the chat now for a week. So sweet, Hurls.
I mean, as much of a war as this has been on the ice, it's been a war in the comment section too. We've I know you and I have gone back and forth with a variety of different accounts, all based in Quebec, French Canadian accounts. Some have struggled with English, and I've had to call them out for it. If you're going to come into my comment section, which is English, I need you to have proper grammar. I'm not disrespecting you for the fact that you don't know proper English, but if you're going to come into my comment section, at least use Google Translate. You can do whatever you need to do.
Yep.
We've had some battles, and it's been exciting. It's been a lot of fun. This is what we were looking forward to for 15 years, and I think we've gotten every single ounce of excitement that we possibly could have. For these last two games, in Game 5, the Sabres scored on 3 of their first 4 shots and lost the game 6-3. Tonight, the Montreal Canadiens scored on their first 3 shots and lost the game 8-3. I think we have learned that the first 10 minutes of the game or the first period does not matter. It is how you adapt and how you figure out the matchups and lock it down. Full credit to Lindy Ruff for switching up the lines tonight. We were screaming about it last postgame to split up Tage.
Oh, dude.
In the third period, Sean McDonough mentioned that the Thompson, Benson, and Norris line was not on the ice for a shot against the entire game. And I think that is very much a Zach Benson stat, but Tage Thompson played his ass off tonight. I even think Josh Norris was pretty good himself, taking a hit to make a play, to force the 4-minute double minor, and then making the pass over to Jason Zucker, which, if you think about it, that's probably the biggest goal of the game. To score down 3-1 to make it 3-2 when the Canadiens had all the momentum, and had they not scored on that double minor power play, that could have absolutely changed the game. And getting that pass to the front of the net and Jason Zucker finishing it in the way that he did, it was absolutely crucial.
They were just dogs tonight. They were dogs on loose pucks. You couldn't take them off the puck. They controlled the neutral zone. They were getting contributions from the defense. Zach Metza getting his first career playoff goal in his first career playoff game. Fucking couple clicks for the kid, man. Couple clicks for the kid. Absolutely. And I know there is no more debating it right now, Hurls. The best player for Buffalo in the playoffs. We talk about Beyer. We talk about Samuels. It is absolutely Zach Benson, the Carney, the Rat, the Brat. He was incredible tonight.
He's so good. He is so unbelievably good. And even on the shift where he scored, I thought he was going to score 2 other times. I think he passed up 3 or 4 shots today that he could have taken. That's something that people were getting on him during the regular season for kind of passing up opportunities to score. He doesn't necessarily have the most lethal wrist shot in the world, but he just gets to the tough areas, and his goal is the best example. He found a loose puck that got through Dobish, and he's able to put it in on a tough angle. A real working man's goal that I think only he or Josh Stone or Alex Tuck, when he's at his best, or maybe even Jason Zucker, gets to the front of the net and scores. He has been the Sabres by far best forward in this series, and it is not even close.
Professor L99, 8-3 goals after talking to
So
me.
this is my good friend Joe. Actually, he teaches a class on sports media and podcasting at Georgetown University, and he had me on yesterday morning to talk about our show. Actually, he's a fan.
He didn't post it?
No, it's for the class.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's for the class. He had me on yesterday morning to talk about podcasting and to talk about our show. Very interestingly enough, I'm a Syracuse grad, and so is he. for me to talk to a Georgetown class is pretty funny given the rivalry that exists there. But had a great time talking to Joe. Joe, thanks for hopping into the post game. Thanks for the super chat. We really appreciate it. Something we also talked about, the influence of super chats on us reading the comments that people want to see on screen. I think that's a new age in streaming. It's a new age in podcasting, and that's a great example. We probably wouldn't have seen that comment had he not super chatted.
It's true.
So shout out to Professor Joe.
And listen, it's not that we don't want to show your because we go through our
There's a lot of comments.
Yeah, dude. Like I'll tell you right now, when we came on the screen, we already had over 100 comments. Like we like it was insane. Like the chat is going crazy right now between YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. So it's like it's hard to keep up with. And I know a lot of you guys get frustrated. Please work with us on that. Like, but again, and it's not us trying to be greedy. Like, but if you want your comment to stand out, use that super chat option. I don't care if you're donating $25 or $25. We'll show it on the screen because we just appreciate it. But I'll do my best to show you guys up. I can't guarantee we're going to be able to like react to every comment, but I'll at least show them. But if you want us to read it out loud and react to it, that is always an option. Now, stepping away from that, how about the Bissonnette post wearing the Habs jersey? What the fuck? I will say this because I did want to say something like that. I almost tweeted about it before, but anytime Paul Bissonnette, Mr. Biz Nasty, tweets about what team he thinks is going to win, the opposite happens. I genuinely thought about saying something about it, but I was like, you know what? I'll leave it alone. I'm not gonna buy into that. But dude, Biz, keep your Habs jersey on for Game 7. We don't fucking want you.
Yeah, I'm not the most superstitious person. I'm a little stitious. I have to sit in the same spot when watching on the couch. I've got to have my beer saber in tow. I don't necessarily believe in jinxes. I think none of what we do that is not in the building has any effect on the game at all. But if Biz wants to keep doing this, go ahead, because clearly he's got some type of influence on the hockey world. And if he wants to cheer for the Habs or mush the Habs or please don't mush the Sabres, do whatever you need to do. I don't care. I think tonight is the best example of this Sabres hockey team all season long. 11-14-4 on December 9th after losing the first 3 games of a Western Conference road trip that we all deemed as critical. They have a players-only meeting. They go to the leaders of the team go to dinner together. They figure out what they need to do to turn it around. They win an overtime game in Edmonton, go on a 10-game win streak, and then the run is on from there. 39, 9-5 to end the season after that. Everybody was so unbelievably down after games 2 and 3 and the way that they rightfully so got blown out. People were within their right to be down about it. Game 4, they go into Montreal, win a tough road game, get it back to Buffalo. Game 5, they have a great start, absolutely blow it. I would say the vibes in the past day and a half have been as low as they've been all season. Everybody thought the series was over, going back to Montreal on Saturday night. What does this team do? They score the early goal, they get down 3-1, and they have 7 unanswered goals. It is the equivalent of the 10-game win streak in December that allowed them to get out of the basement of the Eastern Conference and get into contention for not only the wild card, but for the Atlantic Division. If you don't believe in this team and you don't think that they believe in each other, you haven't watched this team all season long. I had faith. Yeah. I had belief in this team. They clearly have something deeper that they can grasp onto better than anybody I've seen in a long time, and that includes the 06 and 07, 06, 07, and 05, 06 teams. This team is so unbelievably special, and I really hope they stay in a hotel in Buffalo before Game 7.
Yeah. I said, can we just play Game 7 in Montreal or as a counter? From our boy Rakeen, I was worried Montreal was going to run up the score and capitalize off Buffalo's lack of discipline and not stay out of the box. Game 7, let's go. Yeah, like, listen, based off Lindy's presser in Game 5, I mean, let's put them in a hotel. We got to boo them when we score. We got to make this feel as we all got to wear red. We all got to wear red on Monday. Butter knife jerseys, whatever. Invest in your red shirts. Let's make this feel like an away game. And we boo them when they come out in the ice for free game warm-ups.
Yeah, no, I got a lot of comments after we read that quote on air the other night, and then I tweeted about it. And I do think Lindy was referring specifically.
Oh, I know.
like staying in a hotel on Sunday night. I think that's what they're going to do. I really do believe that. Because yes, I watch this thing every time I use it, Alex. I'm not a primate. Like, who do you think I am? I probably shouldn't wash it, to be honest, especially after tonight. We'll see about that.
I did wash my normal Gitch that I've been wearing all playoffs long because I haven't washed it. The shirt, the jersey, but I was like, you know what? We got to wash some bad karma off. I did, and it worked. So there's a lot of comments in here. People are wondering, and did you see the video I posted as the game was ending from the Dark Knight?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
So I posted this scene. I said, this is how Lindy should choose whoever between Alex Lyon and UPL for Game 7. And it was a scene from the Dark Knight where the Joker pretends to be dead with Gamble, and he pops up, and after he does what he does, he breaks the pool stick in half to all his guys. Like, we only have room for one member of the team, so we're gonna have tryouts. He snaps the pool stick in half and drops it in and goes, make it quick, boys. And I face swap their faces with UPL and Lyon and Lindy. But honestly,
we might as well just get into it, right? Who do you think should start Game 7?
I don't know.
No, but gun to your head right now, who do you think should start Game 7?
Common sense says Lyon, just because the experience, and this is the first crack in the armor I think we've seen with him. But to what we talked about before, the highest ceiling you're going to get out of both goalies is UPL. It's tough, man. It's tough. I think they're going to go UPL, but I wouldn't be surprised if they went with Lyon.
No, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either, and I think he has every right to play that game on Monday night. I just think, especially after the tough 2 goals at the end of game,
he was battling it.
From you, no, I'm saying from UPL, especially after those tough 2 goals, they were brutal. And even what he said in the media, what he said after the game, mentally that had to be pretty tough for him. And for him to get into the game tonight, and I would say in the third period, he actually made some pretty nice saves to get into the game tonight in the Bell Center and respond in the way that he did. I think that's pretty impressive. In the same way that it was impressive for Jacob Dobish to stop 32 straight shots after letting in 3 of 4 to start the game in Game 5. So I agree with you. I personally do I think they're going to go with UPL, but I think as we've seen in this series, Lyon's got to be ready. He's got to be ready to go, because you never know what is going to happen. And that goes to Jacob Fowler too. This is one of the most entertaining series in the history of the Stanley Cup playoffs. And I'm not even just saying that as a biased Sabres fan. I think Montreal Canadiens fans would probably say that too. And that's not with one overtime game either. It's just the way in which the momentum swings have gone back and forth. The pendulum has shifted so much that you never know what goalie you're going to get. You never know what performance you're going to get. And I do think Game 7, as it often does, is going to come down to goaltending. And when UPL is at his best, I do think, as we've spoken about, he does give a tiny bit higher ceiling than Alex Lyon. But I also trust Alex Lyon more, despite what happened tonight. I think the first goal was tough, but I don't think he fully picked it up off the stick. I can't necessarily blame him for the second one, which was a backdoor.
Dude, that was only a small handful of goalies are.
You'd want him to get over a little bit quicker, but that you can't fault him for it. And then the third goal, it does go through him, but it is a 2-on-1.
It leaked. It leaked through. Yeah.
Yeah. It is a 2-on-1. You obviously want him to make that save, and everybody is going to get on him for not making that save. But it's not like it was a normal offensive zone situation. It was an odd man rush. Of course, you have to make the first save if you're the goalie, and if it gets through you, it's on you. But at the end of the day, I don't think it was as bad as people are making it out to be. And I totally agree with you. I said it online. It was weird that they showed him 6 times sitting on the opposite side of the ring.
It was ridiculous.
It was. I don't love it. But Alex Lyon, as seasoned as he is, as educated as he is, he's probably taking this as a learning opportunity. He's probably already using it. He's probably already using it to mentally prepare himself for his next opportunity and get better and learn from it.
Which,
And I fully trust Alexander Augustus Lyon to learn from that experience and be better the next time he comes out.
I listen, and here's the thing, man. Like, with the way things have going, if and when, I emphasize when they win Game 7, like, he's gonna get another chance, dude. The way things have been going, like, he's gonna see the net again.
Well, I mean, maybe not this series, but if they, yeah, like you said, if they win Game 7, he's probably going to see the net at least once in the Carolina series. So, yeah, I don't think he'll be too down about this. I think he'll be happy the boys rallied around Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen and scored 7 unanswered goals. 7.
Yes.
It's unbelievable. Like, I have yet to see a performance like that in NHL history, what the Sabres accomplished tonight. Sean McDonough said it after the game. That is one of the more impressive wins in the history of the franchise. And I can go back to the 8-7 win against Tampa on March 13th at home in Buffalo as another example this season. But what they accomplished tonight in that environment, being down 3-1 really early on, is extremely impressive.
Yeah, I do want to bring this up because it was talked about last episode from Alex. Duane, and only Duane, I'll admit it, I was wrong. Splitting up Benson and Doan worked out in our favor tonight. Keep the same lines for next game. I think that much is definitely obvious. I do want to, I don't know no clue what the exchange rate here is, but check this out. You got a $50 super chat in Canadian, I think.
Wow.
I don't know. I have no idea what that translates to American loonies.
Sure thing, excavating islands, SC784. Watching in Nova Scotia, boys, me and my son had tears. We are so proud. Is this real life? We are coming for Game 7. Let's go. I think I know who this is because it's a guy with 2 kids that lives in Nova Scotia. I forget what account he is on Twitter. Please write in if you have it.
Tweet at us.
And he's tweeted at me before, and he sent a picture of them going to, I think, a game in the Bruins series. Seems like a tried and true Sabres fan from Nova Scotia, which is way closer. Actually, I don't even know if it's closer to Montreal than Buffalo is. Either way, we've got boots on the ground up there. Shout out to you. That is our biggest super chat ever, which is incredible. Really appreciate that. That is amazing. I'm going to go buy myself another beer.
Can someone, it's only $2. Don't get it.
Is it $2? What do you mean?
No, it's definitely more. I have no clue. No clue what the exchange rate on that is.
Yeah. No, it's
no clue.
It's like 45.
Probably, yeah, right. It has to be, but thank you so much. That's extremely generous of you. Yeah, again, there's a lot of back and forth in the chat. A lot of UPL. Some are saying Lion. Some want to know our thoughts on Alex Tuch this game. Did he not have a point again?
He didn't have a point, but he had 4 shots on goal and he had a lot of high danger chances. I think Alex Tuch had a really good game tonight. I really do.
I think it was his best. It was definitely his best game of the series for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And he was a -1, but I don't think that's indicative of the way he played. And he was much faster. He was more physical. It was as if he was playing in Game 1 of the Bruins series where he was throwing his body around. I thought he played much better. This is a great time to bring this up. Helen Hughes. The way he said it to Matt Beauvais was Helen Hughes.
Helen Hughes.
Helen Hughes.
Did you hear how Kevin Weeks pronounced it tonight?
No, I don't even want to know.
Helenoosh.
Loser.
Helenoosh.
Loser. They made fun of the whole Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen thing again tonight, and I can't stand these guys. Helen Hughes. Shout out Paul Hamilton.
It's $36.37 US.
That's great. Still,
I'll take it.
Like 6 times more than we've ever gotten. Helen Hughes, first and foremost, shout out my good friend Paul Hamilton. Watch your language. Prior to Game 4, I tweeted out a picture of young Consta Helen Hughes saying how Game 4 should go because he was saying something in relation to that. And he fired back at me saying, oh, yeah, great idea to put a 20-year-old in that environment when he looked overwhelmed in his final 3 games when he was up in the regular season. Update, Paul. I would like an update on this, Mr. Hamilton. How is Consta Helen Hughes playing as a forward for the Sabres?
We gotta make a Paul Hamilton, like a legit Paul Hamilton, personally to him, apology for him for Consta. Like that has to happen. You gotta make.
I'm not sure. Listen, he always responds to people like, "Oh, listen on air instead of being tough online." I'm sure he's given him his credit on air. I can't listen to every single thing that happens on WGR. If someone can find it for me and send it to me, that would make me feel better about it. But what made me feel great was that take that he sent to me got retweeted by Freezing Cold Takes, which is the authority on the internet for making known some of the worst takes in sports. And looks even worse tonight after Consta scored what turned out to be one of the most important goals of the game on an unbelievable pass from Jason Zucker, who looked off the defenseman, slid it under his stick. And that tiny little piece of tape on the end of Consta's blade. He only has one little piece of tape. That puck stuck to that piece of tape. He grasped that pass as firmly as he possibly could and fired it into the net as if he was a 20-year veteran, not a 20-year-old rookie. He is here to stay, and he will never play for the Rochester Americans again. I can guarantee you that.
Yeah, he's here to stay. And just imagine, dude, like, and so I was texting, I mentioned before, I was texting with Carter Hutton for a lot of the night's game because I cracked a joke with him. You know, I said, hey, like, you know, what are you doing Monday if we win tonight? You know, we could use a goalie. We don't know what's happening. It's been chaotic. You know, they might start Josh Allen tonight or on Monday night. Who knows? And that's not me taking a shot at our current goalies. It's just me just try and make light of a situation. But he said we were talking about the youth on this team, and we were talking. He goes, yo, like Osland, Helenus, fucking Kulik, you have Benson. Those four guys alone who are making peanuts right now. Peanuts. How exciting is that? How exciting as a Sabres fan. That's more impressive than what we had coming out youth-wise out of the lockout, in my opinion. I think it's very outside of, obviously, the situation net is still a little murky. I mean, if you're a Devin Levi stan, I think tonight, the past two games has probably been, like, good for you because I think, you know, you could probably have that conversation a little bit more. But, like, how about the youth movement and just how impressive this team is going to be for years to come based off those four players alone? I think it's very reminiscent of the team the Sabres had coming out of that 05 lockout.
Yeah, it is. And they're all kind of developing at the same time, which is what we hoped for. I think at the beginning of the season when we wanted everything to go right, I think the thought wasn't necessarily Noah Osland and Konsta Helenus. It was Yuri Kulik. Who turned out to have a very unfortunate injury that was out of his control. And great news is that he'll be back next season too. It's really exciting. I think one of the most important things to do this offseason, the Alex Tuck conversation is a little bit convoluted at the moment, but one of the most important things to do this offseason is to sign Zach Benson to a similar type of extension that they signed Josh Doan to, maybe even a little bit more, given how he's played in the playoffs. I think he's earned it. I think he's only going to get better, especially as he learns to finish, as he's done in the playoffs, even at a higher rate than he did in the regular season. And then you add Konsta Helenus to that. You add Noah Osland to that. You add Zach Metza to that. You add a variety of different guys that are still even just playing for the Americans. I could see guys like Anton Wahlberg eventually coming up. There's Nikita Novikov. Did we trade him or do we still have him?
I believe we still have him. Yes, we still have him.
I mean, he's a big right-handed defenseman, I think. Quote me if I'm wrong on that. But this Sabres prospect system is so good because the Sabres were bad for so long. But the fruits of their labor have finally come to fruition, and the young guys are getting their due. And turns out they're really, really good.
I do want to there's a couple things I want to hit. Quinn couldn't have waited any longer to light it up. What a shot when it's on the net. 100%, man. Quinn had his coming out party. It took long enough. He's been getting the opportunities. So 100% just excited to finally see him get going. Hopefully Tuck is soon to follow. Paul Hamilton apparently did admit that he was wrong, and he was never been more happy to be wrong. So
hell yeah, Paul. Hell yeah, Paul. That's my guy. That's my guy who I'm not blocked by. Shout out Paul Hamilton.
How are you not blocked, by the way?
Because I don't swear. I'm really polite. I had a take, and he responded to my take, and then I was really polite in my response to him. I even said I'll hang up and listen.
Yeah, you did. Shout out to the post game show. Dude, these comments.
Quick on Jack Quinn, because we haven't talked about him yet. Early in the game, he was missing the net. And I think a common theme throughout this postseason has been Jack Quinn either passing up shots, pump faking way too much, or just flat out missing the net. And I was saying it to my buddy I was watching the game with, that if this dude hits the net more consistently, he has one of the best releases and the best shots in the league. And on his 2 goals, he proved that when he does hit the net, there's a good chance that it's going to go in. Obviously, Jacob Delbage probably wants that first one back that goes off the post, but that's a good shot. I think there's a chance he probably thought that was going wide, goes off the post and into the net. And then the second one from a tough angle, kind of looks like one of Tage's goals from the Olympics. He puts a lot of flex on his stick, one-time slap shot to the top netting, doesn't touch anything else, and that is almost an unsavable shot in the way that Nathan McKinnon shot to tie the game for the Avalanche the other night that got past Jesper Wallstedt. That is a world-class release. And Jack Quinn is as much flack as he got or has gotten from Sabres fans over the years. Scored 20 goals this year. I think he's improving by the season, especially coming off a season in which he had 2 debilitating leg injuries and he wasn't able to recover properly. I think Jack Quinn is not even close to his prime. And he theoretically, if he continues to take advantage of his opportunities and gets the puck on net, could be a consistent 25 to 30 goal scorer, especially if he stays healthy. And if he stays on power play 1 too.
I think he needs to get bigger too, for sure, just so he can be stronger on pucks. Before I forget, I do want to give a couple of shout outs that I was supposed to do last episode. Shout out to you, Eric Freer. I saw him at work today. He gave us a shout out on the podcast. He's like, yo, love the show. When I was walking on one of my accounts, we talked for a couple minutes. Super cool dude. Shout out to you, Eric. Eric with a K, by the way. And this guy right here, I'll wait till you get back here, Hurls, because he gave us a $20 super chat. A $20 super chat, Mr. Steve O'Shea. I saw him before game 5, which I attended. Unfortunately, it was a loss. Duane, met you going in the last game, Sabres version of the comeback game. I don't know. I think I would say it a comeback game. I mean, I guess you could. Because we scored first. We were only down 3-1. I would say that if we were down like 4 or 5 goals, and in a third period, we came back 100% because the comeback game happened at the end of that game against Houston in the second half of the game. So, but it still takes a gutsy, ballsy comeback tonight from our boys in Buffalo, in Montreal tonight. But again, shout out to you, Steve. Thank you so much for the generous super chat, $20. You are the man. And again, it was a pleasure meeting you before Game 6 and talking to you. And I apologize, but there was a lot of anger, a lot of venting after Game 5, and glad we could give you that shout out during a win.
I wouldn't necessarily say the Sabres version of the comeback game.
No, neither would I.
Yeah, but I think this Sabres team has the same qualities as that Bills team had. I really, really believe that they are never out of it. And let's say that, God forbid, they get down a couple goals in Game 7. I don't think they'll be out of it. Obviously, they haven't played as well at home as they have on the road. But I think this team has a really strong belief in themselves, and they play in a way which allows them to never be out of a game, which is really impressive. Shout out another super chat from Are You Kidding Me right now?
No.
Helly's tape job is diabolical. Future is here and it is bright. It's really true. I cannot believe he only puts one piece of tape on his blade. It's one of the craziest things I've seen. I know a few players have done it in the past, but for a guy 20 years old in his first playoffs to have 2 goals in his first 3 games, he should have had 2 in his first game too. Like, there's a very good chance that Konsta Helenius could have 4 goals in his first 3 playoff games.
Yeah, it's true.
You know how
The
insane
guy's
that
a
is?
shooter, man.
That is
Not
just
afraid to put that puck on net.
like he is like Jack Quinn, but like at a way younger age, and I think he theoretically could be even better. The dude is just unbelievable. And he's not only getting his shot off, but he's getting to the tough areas. He's getting to the net. He's causing trouble. The dude is, I really, really like his game. And I personally believe he probably should have been up way sooner.
Shout me out, Duane. Boring Byram, shout out to you. These are the same two guys. This guy and Alex are always like, they're the only ones that give us crap about the chat. I will say I have one person I will acknowledge in the chat that we haven't seen yet, that I'm very surprised we haven't seen yet, is our boy Mauricio. Zach Benson had an incredible game?
Well, this is what I'm saying. Like, has he come down from his Zach Benson takes?
I don't know. But what's your opinion? No, I'm not talking about that. I do want to find because we had a comment here a second ago about Owen Power. 1 second, I almost lost this there for a second. I want to find it. I just had it up a second ago. Where is it? Novikov is DL. Where are we? It was just up here a second ago. But essentially the guy was saying he'll never understand the Owen Power hate. He kills plays. Oh, here it is. I don't understand the Power hate. He kills so many plays, and his skating leading the rush is so calm and collected. From M. Nickel. And there was a comment earlier in the chat, like way back. I got to find it. If you want to touch on that, I'll bring it up. Because I had it up earlier, and I wanted you to react to it because I knew you were going to freak out. But I'll find it and you react. But you react to that comment real quick.
So I think that Owen Power got a lot of criticism early in his career and even throughout this season because people are expecting him to be a different player than he is, specifically because of his stature and his draft status. Obviously, being the number 1 overall pick comes with a certain amount of expectation, a certain amount of pedigree, and a certain, lofty expectation, right? And just as we saw with Rasmus Dahlin, I think it does take different players, different amounts of times to develop. But if you have watched this series specifically, and even the Bruins series, which I thought he was also really good in, if you watch this series, even if you just watch this series and don't think that Owen Power is he's
been steady.
Above average NHL defenseman and teetering on extremely good. I mean, this is just ridiculous. That's just insane.
This is the guy from earlier. I got to find
that's just insane. He's not. Owen Power has been the Sabres' best defenseman in the series. I believe that. Maybe Matthias Samuelsson. Dahlin tonight obviously showed what he can do when he's at his best. But his composure, getting into his own defensive zone and recovering pucks, and then starting breakouts and some of the long stretch passes that he's able to accomplish with ease. Dahlin had a really, really good one tonight on the Helenius goal, which he got up to Jason Zucker on the wall, took a hit to make a play. Unbelievable play, but you come to expect it from Dahlin at this point. Owen Power is extremely composed in his own end. He's playing with more physicality than he used to. And if anybody questions his toughness, look at the screenshot of his leg and ankle bent backwards and the
wrong way
at the end of game 5. And he went out to the bench. He went to the bench, walked down the hallway, got back to the bench, and he played, let me confirm, because I think it was a good amount tonight. He played 22 minutes and 22 seconds tonight. So fuck every single one of you that still shits on Owen Power. You do not know the game of hockey. You are a troll, and you don't know what is happening. He has come so unbelievably far as a player, and he is so very good. That's it.
Yeah, I agree. Tage and Dahlin with phenomenal performance. Metsa needs to stay constant. That needs to be on a shirt. Constant hell on ice. Come through again. And of course,
constant our very own hell on ice. That is so good.
That's going on as 2 goalies on my shirt.
Yeah. I mean,
gotta give that guy credit.
Send it to Dell.
K Jimmy. Yeah, that was a fantastic.
We'll give you
Jimmy, shoot us a message or a DM or however you can find us on social media. We'll send you a free shirt because that's absolutely going on a shirt.
Constant hell on ice. It's incredible. It's incredible.
Literally just throw a 94 on the back of it, turn it into a jersey.
I love it.
Absolutely great. But yeah, I knew you were gonna freak out about the
I just think it's
Owen
ridiculous.
Power
And
thing.
like you clearly aren't watching the games if you think that Owen Power is not a good defenseman. Like, yes, he has his limitations. Yes, he has his plays where he's not perfect, but he is very, very good. He has improved significantly this season. Even you, Duane, you've had certain comments to say about his physicality and his ability to
Yeah,
cover in front of his own net. And you even have acknowledged that he's improved
yeah,
this season.
I did earlier. Like, and listen, but when we made those comments, it's not like we were like conjuring them up out of thin air. It was happening on a consistent basis. But I would say for 75% of this season, he's been great. Has he been the offensive defenseman we thought he was going to be? No. But like,
but I would say where his offensive game shines brightest is his recoveries in his defensive zone and starting the breakout, because he's so good at that. Like, aside from Dahlin, he is by far the best Sabres defenseman at recovering pucks in the defensive zone, gathering it very quickly, and finding the best outlet pass, which you may think is an easy thing to do, but a lot of NHL defensemen really struggle with it.
100%, man. 100%. Dude, there are so many comments in this chat. This might be one of our biggest chats of all time. I'm not even joking. We have another super chat to get to, too. I just got to find it. It's way down here. I saw it pop up. I got it from her boy. Sure thing, Epic Evac. You can read it. You read it the first time.
We all shit on Quinn, but agree. Also, David with Josie.
Are those their names? Maybe.
That might be it. That might be his sons. I'm not sure. We all shit on Quinn, but agree. Yeah, I mean, yeah, like in the same way that Owen Power's gotten a lot of hate, Jack Quinn has got his leg was fine. LOL, dude, he is a cream puff. You're a cream puff. Get out of my chat. You're a cream puff. Like you do not know the game of hockey if you think Owen Power is a bad defenseman. He's going to earn that $8.3 million, and within the next 2 years, it's going to be a bargain because he's gotten better every single season. If you think this guy's pedigree and his physical talents and his mental ability in his own zone is not good enough, then you just don't know the game of hockey. I'm sorry. You probably can't skate.
I think it's just his shtick at this point.
Yeah,
soft kills up.
It used to be Owen Power sucks. Kills offensive plays with his soft shot, lots of turnovers leading to odd man rushes, never boxes out in front. That's just objectively not true. It is just not true. And you're just like, this is the thing. If he turned into one of the best defensemen in the NHL, you have a shtick now where you would always hate him because that's all you've got. So I will not acknowledge it anymore. It's not even worth it.
Hey man, they're giving us their time here late on a Saturday night.
Fine. I just don't think why are you shitting on Owen Power after a game like that? There's no reason to shit on Owen Power. There's no reason. What is the point? And that is why
I love it.
That is why I won't acknowledge it, because I think it is so unbelievably stupid.
Oh man, I tend to agree, man. I tend to agree. Like now it's at this point, it's like a shtick. I love a shirt. Hell yeah! Just again, make sure you send us a DM. We'll take care of you.
Constant hell on ice.
Constant hell on ice. Yeah, 100%.
So good.
Team is in Montreal tonight, and I bet Lindy has them in a hotel in Buffalo tomorrow night.
Also, they're not flying back tonight.
No, they're not.
I think that's good. You got to get a good night's sleep.
Yep. Get a good 8 hours in, preferably on a mattress.
Yeah, put them in the penthouse of the Harbor Center tomorrow night, right? Have them be close to the arena, or maybe even the Curtis, because it's a 5-star hotel. I don't care what you have to do. Do anything to make this team play a good game at home.
100%, man. I don't care if you're not superstitious, but you're a little stitious too. Like I said, we joked about it. Put them in a hotel. Somebody pull a fire alarm to wake them up in the middle of the night, like throw their away team, like harass them, whatever. Like bring that away game atmosphere to them if you had to. I don't care. Whatever gets the car in the garage for the third round. And this is fucking, I mean, if you're a Carolina Hurricanes fan, this is like the perfect situation for you, because they're going to have like 2 fucking weeks off, whatever it ends up being, which is a joke. Only in the NHL do you start the second round before the first round ends because they're a fucking joke. But anyways, who you have hitting the drum for Game 7? That's a big one.
I don't even care about the drum at this point.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a talking point in the chat. We've seen Derek Plant. We've seen Rob Ray. We've seen a couple other names in here.
Oh, gosh. Dominic Hasek? I don't know.
That'd be sick. For Martin St. Louis, if you have Matthew Beauvais. We wanted this game. We just didn't play well. So we reset. We go on the road and we'll put our best foot forward. Yeah, you better do that because you look like shit tonight. So, from Brian Mazarowski, we have tested positive for Constavirus. That's great. Tyler Toffoli tweeting for the first time since God knows how long. I don't know why it just popped up on my chat. The only reason I bring it up is because for my original co-host, Connor Hurley, there is a great picture on his Instagram when he played in the OHL. I believe is when he was with what team was it? I forget which team he was with at the time. Maybe it was with Windsor. But there's a great picture of him scoring on my former co-host with his stick up like this, ready for
Johnny Cullen. You mean
Johnny Cullen? Yes. If you have played against Tyler Toffoli, it is news to me.
No, you said Connor Hurley, your former co-host.
I apologize. Original.
I have not played against Tyler Toffoli, but he actually has come out to my men's league before in the past because he used to live in the LA area. No, that's pretty sick. I don't know. Like the drum is the drum, just like the torch is the torch in Montreal. Like, yes, it's a talking point, but like it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter to me. Like we talked about Michael Pekka or Danny Gare earlier in the series. I think that the former player route, like it has no effect on who wins the game. I just think like if it's someone cool, great. But if not, like I don't care. I really don't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean at this point, like, you had Josh Allen bang it, they lost. They had Ryan Miller bang it, they lost.
The only two at home that have won are Sandra Jenneret and William Fichtner.
Bring either of them back. Screw it. Or, I mean, I don't know. You want a guy who's going to really fire up the crowd? Just bring out Dion shirtless and just have him.
I mean,
whatever.
I think if they were to lose, though, then they would say the Bills curse, right? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't think you can go wrong with
me and Hurls will get on the drum. You want to fly in for Game 7?
I would love to. I would love to.
I'll do it in a heartbeat. Me and you on the drum.
You can't go wrong with Danny Gare. He's in the rafters. You can't go wrong with Michael Pekka. You can't go wrong with. I mean, if you put Vaclav Varada out there, people would go nuts. Like, I think this is like a thing that has become more of a thing than it should be. And at this point, as good of vibes as possible in that building.
But it was Monday. Like Briere and Drury.
I mean, it can't be, given that they're GMs of other teams, but it would be funny.
Yeah, who cares, though?
Yeah, I don't know.
They're alumni. They're still allowed to attend alumni events, I'm sure, in the off season.
Yeah, like I would love the Goo Goo Dolls. They were in Vegas last night, so I think that'd be hard. Yeah, I don't know, man. It doesn't matter. I just want this team to give a solid effort on home ice, something they haven't done since game 1 of this series, and that's all that matters for Monday night.
I like this one. Fitzmagic should bang the drum.
Yeah, but like he doesn't have any ties to the Sabres. You know what I mean? Fuck, absolutely no. Gronk should not bang the drum.
Gronk.
Absolutely no. Gronk is not banging the drum. Yeah, I'm done with it. Doesn't matter to me.
Actually, I like this answer because he is a big time Game 7 hero, Derek Plant.
That'd be cool. I mean,
one of the greatest Game 7 goals in Sabres history.
Yeah, and that calls back to something specific, and hopefully the boys hearing that could see some of themselves in him. Maybe he even gives a little speech to the guys before the game. Yeah, whatever it takes. Brad May would be cool. I don't know, man. Like, it really doesn't matter. Just put someone out there and then drop the puck and play the fucking game.
Or have it be Shane Doan right before you announce you've hired him in the front office.
That'd be cool too. I hope they do.
Yeah, 100%. I do. Man, it doesn't feel like we've been on for 50 minutes. That went by fast. I feel like we really haven't like fully touched on, like, it was such an exciting game, like 8-3. It was, and for the most part, I mean, the Sabres really, took control. I mean, early in the third period, it was 5-3 heading into the third, and they just never. And I think that was one of the more impressive things, is that they didn't miss a beat in that third period. They got up 5-3, and like right from the second, they didn't sit back. I thought that was really impressive because you got to imagine it's only a 2-goal game. You were down by 2 very early in the game, and you came back and you took a 2-goal lead. Montreal is very, very capable of doing the same. And you did not sit back. You didn't try and play shutdown D. You kept the pressure on and you kept taking it to them. I thought that was very impressive.
Oh, Mauricio's in the chat. Let's go.
Oh, he's here?
Hurls, we need California sunshine, California surf, positive vibes. Yes, we do. I will say that face-offs tonight, 34-22 in favor of the Sabres. Power play tonight. Guess how many power play goals on how many opportunities the Sabres had?
They had at least two. I know that.
4 power play goals on
4
6 opportunities. 4 of 6. So 2 of the biggest ailments of this team all season long. 4 of 6 on the power play, 34-22 on the faceoffs. They got hit 31-19. I don't think that necessarily matters. They took 8 penalties. Montreal took 12. At least they were better with that. They relatively stayed out of the blocks. 18 block shots to Montreal's 9. And then the rest of it is somewhat inconsequential. But the power plays looked better. And I think that is a extremely positive development for this team moving forward, especially going into an all-important Game 7. And even the face-off battle, maybe the new lines. We can talk about the new lines a little bit. Aside from,
we haven't really talked about Tage on the wing.
Benson, Norris, Stone, that line was great. I think they probably, as we discussed it after last game, they probably put Tage on the wing because he's not at 100% and he's not able to play the full 200-foot game that he is able to when he's at his best, and giving him room to work with. And he got an empty net goal tonight, but I think he had a lot better opportunities. He didn't necessarily have to do as much. And if that's what unlocks him, I think that's a great idea. And I think the rest of the lines were really good too. I thought Tuck was a little bit better. Obviously putting him with Zone helps. And Metza in the lineup was great. So we'll see what happens.
So not trying to get ahead of myself because we still got to win Game 7, but I came across this content. Carolina is going to honor the 05-06 team and have Kevin Adams turn the siren at the first home game against the Sabres for the ultimate troll move.
Turn the siren
thing. They do the siren thing before every game.
So fucking
whatever it is.
I hate that team. I haven't even allowed myself to fully develop my hate again for them yet, because obviously we're not there yet. But oh boy. Yeah. Either way, shout out Lindy Ruff. I think
another game where you got to give Lindy credit because he made the right lineup moves. He shook it up. You have to give him credit.
There's a reason that he is a Hall of Fame coach, and he's one of the most winningest coaches in NHL history, and he's a finalist for the Jack Adams this season. He made the adjustment when he needed to on both forward and defense, and even the decision to pull Lyon 3 goals on 3 shots. He probably himself didn't necessarily fully blame him for all 3, but in a literally must win elimination game type situation, he knew the team needed a spark, and he knew that UPL was probably pretty motivated after all the shit that he heard after Game 5. Really, really smart moves on his part tonight at all 3 levels of the team. It's really impressive on Lindy's part.
Yeah, again, I would say Norris
even putting Krebs to the 4th line, I thought was great.
Yeah, I hate that penalty he took. I hated it so much.
That should I don't like it, but that should have been both.
Oh, it should have been both. Yeah, but in my opinion, just skate away, dude. Just skate away.
100%.
Drop your hands to your sides, whatever.
100%. But the biggest thing I took away from that is that it should have been both.
Yeah, you either take both or you don't take any. In my opinion, 100%. But I hate this. We talked about it after game 5, and it was just like just the undisciplined penalties, and just like thankfully it didn't get to that point. The Sabres stayed relatively clean after that, but like, yeah, we just need stay out of the box in game 7. I know it's been an issue for them in the playoffs so far, but please, for the love of God, and like that too many men penalty. Like, come on, man, game 6, you can't be taking boneheaded mental penalties like that. You just can't. And now heading into game 7, you have to be as clean as a fucking whistle. Still play your game, but don't get into that nonsense.
Yeah, absolutely. And they only took 8 to Montreal's 12 tonight, so give them credit. Obviously, there were some penalty kills that they had to survive, especially in the first period and early in the second. But the PK has been pretty good. Jordan Greenway can't keep a stick on the penalty kill for some reason. Every single time.
Get it.
Every single time he's on the penalty kill, he either breaks or loses his stick. I'm not sure what is wrong. I think there needs to be a full-fledged investigation as to why he cannot hold on to his stick on the penalty kill. But I will give him credit. He is a good penalty killer, and he uses his length effectively and appropriately. And in addition to Ryan McLeod and Alex Tuck out on the perimeter, the Sabres have a really good penalty kill unit, especially against a lethal power play that the Montreal Canadiens have. So there are going to be penalties, but largely, yes, need to play smart and stay out of the box because obviously there's going to be a ton of emotion on Monday night.
100%. Absolutely. There was another comment here I wanted us to touch on right here. They finally called a dive. It finally happened because they've been doing it all fucking playoffs long, all round too long. They've been doing nothing but diving. What was it? Jake Evans, the one he got cross-checked in the chest and he snapped his head back like he got hit in the face with a paintball.
It was Lane Hudson that got called too, right? For embellishment.
Yeah.
When you're
it was
best
like a
player,
scene from Mighty Ducks, the first Mighty Ducks movie.
When your franchise defenseman is getting called for embellishment, I don't know. I know that Rasmus Dahlin doesn't dive around the ice. That's for damn sure.
He doesn't.
He pisses people off, and he'll take an occasional dumb penalty here and there. But he's not diving. So might want to check that out if you're a Habs fan. Not a lot of Habs fans in the chat tonight. Have you seen any?
No, they're really silent. No,
oh, wow, that's weird.
Interesting. And listen, I know a couple of them subscribed. I've seen it.
Interesting.
And I know, so I was like,
I wonder why. Maybe it was do you think it was the 7 unanswered goals as to why they're not in the chat tonight?
It might be. Because I posted the other day after the last Sabres win, when Tage scored that goal off the what do they call the stanchion. I made it into a Mentos commercial and froze Dobish at the end, looking, it's funny, and had the Mentos logo in it. And I got a lot of follow-up tweets on that video after game 5. Like, oh, what do you think now, you fucking moron?
Yeah.
They
do save stuff really well. I've gotten a lot of people responding.
Oh, yeah, they
follow days ago.
No doubt. But for a country like Canada, who allegedly are supposed to be so polite, maybe it's different in Quebec. I don't know. I got called the R word a lot, and I don't say that word. I got called the R word.
I mean, yeah. From what I hear, allegedly the R word is back. It shouldn't be, but
you'll never catch me saying that.
Yeah, I would never say it. People are using it more liberally than they used to. Quebec did try to secede from Canada multiple times, so this could be a different type of situation that we're dealing with. I know our folks in Southern Ontario, we deal with Maple Leafs fans a lot, and I think Maple Leafs fans are generally pretty polite.
Respectful.
Yeah, for the most part. A few of these Habs fans that I've been dealing with over the past week and a half have not necessarily been too polite. And believe me, I've tried to keep it to hockey. I don't put personal stuff into these chats, although the other day, I will say this, one guy said that we were going to be on the golf course after game 6. Turns out we weren't. And I told him that I would work him on the golf course. And he said he would play me for $10,000. Do you think I should do it?
You should do it. I think you should.
Got to ask what his handicap is.
Yeah, right. Be honest about it too.
Yeah. Please let me know. And we can work something out. Maybe it could be a good content opportunity. Maybe we could donate some of the money to charity. How about that? I think
I always we should get you in town like in the summer, and me and you should do like one of those sandbaggers, like a 2 goal league sandbagger.
Oh yeah,
Let's play let's find other podcasts to play against or something. You know what I mean? That'd be fun.
Or I mean, I mean, if I know of one Buffalo media / podcast personality that is obsessed with golf, it is our guy Nate Geary. We should definitely get him out on the course.
I'd be a blast.
Yeah,
it'd be a blast.
We can do that in the summer for sure. But yeah, no, it's been tough in the comment section, especially after some losses. I'm sure it's going to be tough for the Habs fans tonight and for the next day and a half, and I'm sure they're going to be pretty nervous.
They're going to be seething. They're going to be seething.
I will. I'm
going to save my shit talk until we win Game 7, though. I got a lot of stuff bookmarked. Got a lot of stuff bookmarked.
Yeah, and like, I'm not going to go out of my way, but if people say something, then I'll do it. I'll just say that, like, I'm happy we won tonight. I'm happy they did what they did, but I am nervous for Game 7. I am nervous for the way this team has played at home. I am nervous for the inconsistent goaltending that we've gotten. I am a tiny bit nervous that, yes, like our top guys showed up tonight, but they haven't been at their best all series. I think a lot of these things need to go out the window, and you just need to play, as Herb Brooks said in Miracle, play your game. If you just play your game and play for each other, as Lindy said before the game in the locker room tonight, they showed it on the broadcast. That's all you can do. You leave it out there. You leave it all on the ice. This is going to be a lot of guys. First Game 7. There's no better 2 words in sports. There's nothing like it, especially in the Stanley Cup playoffs. I think there's a non-zero chance this game could go to overtime. I really do believe, given that as competitive as this series has been, despite not necessarily being that close, I think there's a non-zero chance that we have an overtime type situation, which I can't even fathom surviving. But whatever happens, happens. And I appreciate everybody following along through it all, because it has been so unbelievably fun. And I that's the biggest thing I'll take away from this past month, in this past week and a half, especially this series. It has been one of the best times of my life as a Sabres fan and as a hockey fan. And I hope you all feel the same way. As stressful as it's been, as depressing as it's been at times, the highs have been just as good. And we get the opportunity to be at home in a Game 7 to move on to the Eastern Conference Finals. If I said that sentence to you on December 9th, what would you have said? You would not have believed me.
Nobody would have believed any of this.
You probably would have thought that I was sent from another dimension. You probably would have thought that, deservedly so, I was high on mushrooms, that something was wrong with me, that I would say that the Sabres are going to have a Game 7 at home against the Canadiens to advance to the Eastern Conference Finals against the Carolina Hurricanes.
Yep.
That would not have been possible 5.5 months ago. But guess what? We get that Monday night, 4:30 Pacific, 7:30 Eastern.
Yep. I do want to give a couple, acknowledge a few of the chats. My boy Kevin here. Good guy, also a fellow content creator for the Bills. You two are the best in the business. Just want to give you my props. I appreciate the hell out of that, Kevin.
Appreciate that, Kevin. You do some great work too.
Oh, he does. He does. My boy Ryan Full, Mr. Full Blast 36, one of the better defensemen to come out of Depew, at least when I played. If we make the next round and Carrick and Austin come back, who do you scratch? Greenway would be an obvious scratch, but who would the second guy you scratch be, or do you just not play Carrick? I think Carrick is a guy built for the playoffs, his style of play, so it's hard to not play him.
I mean, Zucker's really turned it on in the past 2 games.
Yes, it's a tough.
I think you can't take out Zucker. All right, let's just go through it. Can't take out Benson, obviously. Can't take out Josh Norris. He had a really, really nice assist tonight, and I thought he had a pretty good game. You can't take out Josh Norris.
No.
Can't take out Tage. Can't take out McLeod, given what he does in the penalty kill, given his speed. He should have had a goal tonight that rang off the crossbar. Can't take out Tuck, obviously. Who was on that line with McLeod and Tuck tonight?
McLeod and Tuck, it was...
I'll have to go back and look. Either way, it was... Oh, give me a second.
Just gonna pull it up right now. It was Doan.
Yeah. Can't take out Josh Doan.
Definitely not.
So let's go to the third line. That
real
was
quick, real quick, because it's being talked about in the chat. Not that I care, but for all those people that subscribed to Netflix for this big mega fight with Ronda Rousey, apparently she ended the fight in 5 seconds with an armbar. So, and she said it was gonna be the most viewed fight in MMA history, and it ended in 5 seconds.
I saw that right at the end of the game, it was announced that Conor McGregor is coming back to fight Mike Holloway. I will believe that when I see it. That's all I have to say about that.
Yes.
Okay, so you can't take Josh Jones, can't take McLeod, can't take Tuck. I don't think that you can take out Jason Zucker. Given
How
the
do
way
you?
Yeah, I don't think he can. You can't take out Hellenus.
It's a tough call.
Can't take out Jack Quinn. I don't think you can take Peyton Krebs out. I mean, I think the two, you can't. It's Greenway, and I think Osland would slot in for Greenway, and then Carrick be an extra forward in case someone gets hurt, but he's clearly not 100%. So, yeah, I think that's your lineup. If Osland comes back, it's Greenway.
Yeah, and then Carrick, it's a tough one, man. It just is.
I mean,
I want to play.
If anyone, it is Krebs, right?
Yeah, I think you might be right there.
It's Krebs, and I don't want. I mean, he hasn't been great in this series, but given the way that Peyton Krebs plays and what we've seen from him in his development this season, I don't want to take Peyton Krebs out of the lineup either. I really don't.
Yeah, he's a fucking fireball, man.
This is a good problem. This is a good problem to have. This is a really, really good problem to have.
I love this from Chris Derek. RJ, dare greatly, fight for it. This thing of ours is forever. Man, how cool would it be if he was, could experience this team?
I mean, some would say that he is from above, and he has his influence, or he's watching down fondly. I do believe that certain people, especially the ones that we love the most and the ones that we care about through a shared connection like this, something bigger than ourselves, which has existed for such a long time. I hope RJ in some way or another is able to feel the gravity of this situation and feel the emotion of it. And we're all thinking about him. That's for sure.
100%. Another super chat here from Are You Kidding Me right now. Thank you so much. Last team standing. Everyone will be watching Monday night.
I mean, that might be the highest. It's definitely going to be the highest rated game of the playoffs so far in terms of viewership, without a doubt. I hope that they are able to add up both the Canadian viewership and the American viewership into one metric. So we'll be able to see how many total people were watching and what the percentages were. Because I know it's a little bit convoluted when there's a Canadian team and an American team. But of the TVs on in Western New York on Monday night, I think at least 85% of them will be on the Sabres game.
100%. 100%. It's going to be, again, I'm sure we'll get like an approximate number of how many people are watching in North America. But it's going to be, I can't miss the case.
I know NFL games get so many viewers, and they've kind of monopolized that market, but this will get as many viewers as MLB or NBA playoff games. Yeah. I think a lot, the most viewed, I think, NHL playoff games.
Well, we have our first Montreal fan in the chat.
Yeah, shout out. I mean, yeah, you might, or we might. I don't know. I guess that's what happens. There's a game 7 because you lost 8-3 on home ice in game 6, 7 unanswered goals. As I was saying, sorry, I got distracted. I think this game might have 3 million viewers in the United States.
It might,
which would be pretty incredible. I think a Monday night. I'm not sure if there will be other NBA playoff games, given what the schedule is. I know there's a game 7 tomorrow in the NBA. Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals might be on Monday. I don't know that for sure, but this is going to be a highly, highly viewed hockey game, and I think that's really cool. If I somehow, I mean, please let me know if you hear about anything. If somehow a ticket situation transpires, I would consider flying back. I would. So I'm not.
I'll keep you on standby about that.
Yeah. I'm not putting it out of the question because I would.
Would this be the most watched hockey game ever?
No, absolutely
NHL
not.
game. I think he means NHL game.
Definitely not. I don't think so.
I don't
No.
think so.
There's been a lot of very
I mean,
consequential.
all of Canada will be watching for sure because they're the last Canadian team left.
Yeah, there's been a lot of consequential Stanley Cup Finals games, Stanley Cup Finals Game 7. Even you think of 2019, the Blues and the Bruins, that probably got a huge number. But it is, I mean, if you look at digital impressions, if you look that people are streaming, it's gonna be big, and I think that's really cool. As Lindy said the other night, there are 5 teams remaining of 32 teams in the NHL, and the Sabres are in the final 5. That in itself is an incredible accomplishment. And for what this team has done, given where they started, given the expectations preseason, what happened in the beginning of the season, all of the adversity, Yuri Kulik, Jason Zucker, Rasmus Dahlin, so many people got hurt. 11-14-4, 39-9-5, 4-2 in the first round against the Bruins, down 2-0 in game 1 against the Bruins. One of the best comebacks in recent memory in Sabres history in game 1. One of the best sporting events I've ever been to in my life. Winning all 3 road games in Boston, going into Montreal twice in de facto elimination games, not necessarily game 4, but it felt like it. And then game 6 tonight. This team will go down in history, no matter what happens, as one of the most memorable and fun Sabres teams to ever touch the ice. And I think we can all agree.
Yeah. Agreed. USA versus Canada, he meant huge hockey markets, multiple countries involved, nothing else for us for a game 7.
Yeah,
I think it'll be up there. I think it'll be up there. Top 5, maybe.
I'm gonna look up and see when the Thunder and the Spurs start. Yeah, they play on Monday at 5:30. So,
and there's a lot of actually we didn't touch on this yet either. The Sabres watch party at the arena looked like it went pretty well.
Yeah,
a pretty packed barn there. I mean, there weren't a lot of empty sections, that's for sure. I had a couple different people out there. Shout out to all of you who are sending me videos.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like 90% full.
Yeah, it looked pretty full,
which is really cool. And not to live in the past, but it's something they should have done sooner. But is what it is. I think they will do it from now on, hopefully, which I think is really cool. Hopefully, they'll have the opportunity to in the Eastern Conference Finals for game 1 and 2 in Carolina. But we shall see. Got to win a hockey game on Monday night.
100%. I am going to shout it back out to our sponsors. Shout out again to Fatty Beer Company, Western New York's premier market and tap room with over 300 beers to choose from at 7 different Western New York locations. If you need a beer, get on over to Fatty Beer. Let them know that we sent you from 2 goalies, 1 Mike. I can't stress it enough. If and when we get through the Montreal Canadiens and move on to the 3rd round, not to get ourselves, but the dates or the watch parties for Fatty Beer are already preset if necessary. So that will be happening again. The first one we did in round 1 was an unbelievable time. The second one, even with the rain, a lot of people still showed up. It was a great time. I can only imagine a chance at redemption with Carolina. Oh, it's going to be insane. So please keep your eyes and ears open for that. Shout out again to Extreme Discount Mattress, Western New York's finest selection of mattresses and adjustable beds with 7 different Western New York locations. You can find them at their website, extrememattress.com, extreme with an X. For even more savings, check out their new closeout center at 1625 Walden Avenue in Cheektowaga with 80% off their already low prices of one-of-a-kind closeouts and floor samples. Get a quality mattress for literally pennies on the dollar. Extreme Discount Mattress. We sell mattresses for less, a lot less. And I will give, normally we don't do this unless it's a Tuesday, but hey, we don't know how much longer this ride's going to last. So shout out to Impulse Physical Therapy, Western New York. Hey, Western New York, it's time to ditch your physical therapy clinics that treat you like you're just another number and step into a world where you are at the center of your care. Impulse is owned by Buffalo's only board-certified sports physical therapist. They work one-on-one using science-backed technology like 3D motion analysis and, of course, force plates to help you exceed your goals and become the healthiest, strongest version of yourself. So come experience the Impulse difference today and mention this podcast for a $77 assessment visit. They are located at 5087 Broadway, 5087 Broadway, Suite 100, right next to Catalyst Fitness in Depew. Go check them out. Alex Peters and his staff, 5-star facility, 5-star staff, Impulse Physical Therapy, Western New York. Hurls, we're going to go 2 from inside the locker room and then get, of course, your final thoughts. Again, brought to you by Fatty Beer Company, Western York Superior Market and Tap Room. Brian Closdale did tweet out. It's only gotten 42 votes so far. Who's your goalie for Game 7? It's 88% Lukin and 12% Lion right now. So we'll see if Ruff was asked that. I imagine even if he was, he didn't answer it. So Donnelly on the power play, we were keeping it simple, said getting shots on net were the key. Something that me and you have nonstop hammered home for quite some time is just getting pucks on net on that power play. Stop trying to be cute. Stop trying to force cross ice passes. Just get the pucks to the net and bang away, especially when you got guys like Benson and Zucker out there. Donnelly says power is such a key part of the team in all situations. Says there was a lot of character in him knowing he's dealing with something physically. Donnelly says when they were down 3-1, the bench was alive and they believed and UPL came in and gave them a boost. Lukanen says there was no difference in his preparation for this game, whether he was starting or not. UPL says guys have stepped up all season, says the team played great in front of him. Lukanen on playing in a Game 7 says it's the first time for everyone, but there is a lot to learn from this game. It was their first elimination game, and now knowing how to play, it's not anything too crazy. Donnelly says the whole team feeds off the energy of the young guys on and off the ice. Lukanen on Donnelly's 5-point game. 5 points is pretty good. It's pretty good. It's an elimination game for us, and our captain steps up, and that's how you lead the team. Ruff says he didn't think it was an awful start, but just a couple pucks went in. He just told the team to just stick with it. Ruff joked that he is in the process of trying to get Game 7 to be in the Bell Center right now after being asked about the road success of both teams in the playoffs. Ruff was very proud of our guys. We talked earlier this morning that everyone has to play their best game, says our defining moment is tonight. Ruff said the lineup shuffle was done to try and help get a few guys going. He and the staff thought back to previous combos that worked, hoping to get more from their top guys. Ruff on Lukanen, he gave a great effort, says he talked to both guys and talked about how they've needed all three of them. Says Lion just wasn't seeing it and thought UPL made some key saves throughout. Ruff said if Power couldn't get through the game, Metza was in to provide relief. If so, he thought they both played very well. Ruff says they used the phrase JFG, says you can figure out what it is. They watched a lot of clips and used this phrasing throughout. Thought they were much less tentative tonight. And that is from inside the locker room, brought to you again by Fatty Beer Company. JFG, is that just fucking go?
JFG. Good.
But chat, what do you guys think JFG means?
Good fucking game. I don't know.
JFG. I don't know. Well, while the chat reacts to that, we'll give you let you get to your final thoughts.
Well, here I am currently looking up flights home for Monday. We'll see what happens. I don't necessarily think I'll be able to get back, but if something does transpire and it makes sense in the next 48 hours, or even way sooner than that, like 12 to 24 hours, I would love to, if possible, but not necessarily counting on it. Either way, that atmosphere on Monday night in downtown Buffalo is going to be one of the best atmospheres in Buffalo sports in a really, really long time. Not to completely move past this game. I think we've talked a lot about it, but I think it's kind of the time to move forward. I think treating it like a road game leading up to the game, but treating it like a home game while at home is absolutely crucial for this team. They need to harness the momentum of the home fans. They need to pay tribute to the loyalty that this fan base has given this team through everything that's transpired, not only the beginning of this season, but the entire drought, what all of us have gone through to get to this point, to have the opportunity to spend our hard-earned money, probably at least $300 a seat, to get into KeyBank Center on Monday night for a Game 7 against the Montreal Canadiens with a chance at the Eastern Conference Finals on the line. I think the team needs to not necessarily be nervous about that, but they need to harness the energy of the fans and honor them as such and play in a way that would make us proud. And I do believe they will do that. I think they've understood that they haven't necessarily played their best at home in the playoffs, and they know the way that they need to play, which is desperation, which is an elimination game, the exact same way they played tonight. I think all night, despite being down 3-1, I think they were the better team from the moment the puck was dropped, and that was representative of scoring a goal 30 seconds in. Even if they get down on Monday night, I know deep in my heart they have the ability to come back because they've done it all season long. I would just encourage everybody to treat each other with kindness, even Canadians fans. If they talk shit to you, you can talk shit back, but don't seek it out. I think this has been a wonderful series, and for the most part, it's been relatively cordial, both on the ice and in the comment section. And I think we can all celebrate what is one of the best postseason series that I can remember in my lifetime. So super excited. Hopefully see you guys in Buffalo. Probably won't. Either way, we'll talk Monday afternoon.
Do want to give a shout out to Connor. I just moved to Bakersfield, California from Buffalo. Shout out me and my girlfriend Madeline. We watch your guys' videos together all the time. Well, shout out to you.
Shout out Buffalo Sabres for life. Shout out Madeline.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you guys' support. Shout out to the California Sabres backers. We've got an LA Sabres backers down here. Likely, if I don't get a free ticket to the game on Monday, which I can't imagine I will, I'll be down at Busby's on Santa Monica Boulevard in Santa Monica, basically Santa Monica and Santanella for anybody that's in the Southern California area. We've had at least 50 people show up for every Sabres playoff game, which I think is pretty cool. It's not necessarily the same type of event as a Bills game is. Of course, there are so many more games. They're closer together. They're at different times. They're right after work. It's harder for people to get to, but we've had a really, really good contingent out here. And I'm sure I'll see some people there on Monday night if I'm not in Buffalo, which I hope I am. Either way, shout out to Bakersfield. Shout out to you guys. Really appreciate you watching.
Would pay to see the Steve Dangle podcast versus Two Goalies One Mic podcast on the golf course. I don't know. Maybe if something like that takes off locally,
Duane,
we can make it happen.
Dwayne, what's your handicap?
I don't even know. I can tell you what I hit around. I'm like a mid 80s guy.
Okay, I'm at 0.9. So
don't know what that means. I don't care enough
basically,
to keep track of that.
Basically on average, or
I've broken 80 twice in my life.
Same. I would say that more recently than not more recently, but it's more so that like on average, you're 8.9 strokes over par on any given course in your 8 of your best 20 rounds. It's very complicated. Either way, I think even hearing those scores, we can compete with just about anybody in a tournament type situation. So if anyone wants to match up, let's do it. Maybe even some Montreal Canadiens fans. Maybe the dude that offered to play me for 10 grand. Hit me up.
Where's he at? Hit
me up. Hit me up, dog. He's definitely not in this chat. I can tell you that much.
No, definitely not tonight. Not at all tonight. So that being said, guys, I mean, if you've enjoyed this podcast, please make sure you're subscribed. If you are audio only, we are on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, pretty much wherever you get your podcasts, you can find us there just by searching Two Goalies One Mic. If you are on Twitter or X or Instagram, you find myself at Duane S39. You can find my co-host at Hurls13. We got Two Goalies One Mic, and we're also on Facebook as well. And please, everybody, do me a favor right now. All of you that are watching on YouTube and still watching on YouTube, I'm looking at the chat. We're at over 100 people right now. Earlier, we were at over 150 people, which is pretty sick. Please make sure you're hitting that like button in tonight's episode. We really appreciate it. Hit subscribe, hit the little bell icon, turn your notifications on so you know when we go live. Really appreciate you all. Really appreciate you, Mug Wump Hump, or however you pronounce that. I live in Brazil via 716. Had 5 Brazilians that know nothing about hockey here watching tonight. New Sabres fans born tonight in Brazil. Thank you to you guys. And please make sure you're subscribed. We'll talk to you guys on Monday. Hopefully after a Sabres Game 7 win. The best 2 words in all of sports, Game 7. We're coming at you, baby. Let's go, Sabres. Let's sing that stupid soccer song in victory again on Monday night. Ole, 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 ole. Go, Sabres.